Getting on that Twitter style.
Good status. Okay.
Scott Bromley's wife looks like a female Scott Bromley.
I believe that because Scott Bromley is very effeminate, and I'm okay with that.
I mean,
That's a life I'm alright with.
It's kind of like I almost feel like this is a grainy, like front-facing cell phone shot of him in a wig and also him.
Okay. Well, if everybody thinks that we sound okay enough to commence
I'll
your
listen
podcast,
back right now and see what's up.
yeah, sweet. Oh, I have facial hair and it feels weird.
I know, right?
It's so weird. My face doesn't do hair very well.
It sounds pretty good.
You think that,
Sweet.
but it's just a matter of patience and time, man. I thought the same thing, and then all of a sudden,
is that
it was
like
like
a
4
sniper
months.
rifle reference, or you
It is.
like?
It is. I'm
Alright.
dropping them everywhere, man. But no, it was like 4 months in, and I'm like, oh my god, I actually can grow a beard. It's just a
Oh
matter
my
of letting
God.
it happen.
Oh my god! All right, let's do this.
Let's do it, man.
Let's kick this pig, per se.
Let's stab this watermelon.
Let's hyperbaric chamber something. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Radiant from Podcast, a part of the Radiant Gaming Network. Today is November 30th, and I'm your host, Rue Freeman. Joining me today, as always, is my trusty side Canuck. Tried to make that up. I don't know if that worked.
Yeah.
Mr. Rory Canadian Jesus Wood.
Oh, that's still sticking around, eh? What's up, everybody?
Did you really just say A?
He did. He dropped it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You can't escape it. All right. Also joining me is our first community guest in a long time, the host of Rated M's very own hashtag No Doors, Alex the Beardomancer Hirsch.
What's going on, man?
Did you put an O in there? I
I
thought it was
did.
Beardmancer.
It's Beardomancer.
Beardomancer?
It's like a necromancer, but with beards. I raise fallen and lost beards.
No, that makes sense. No, that checks out. I agree with that. This week, we're going to be fielding some questions from the community. We're going to check out what's going on in the world of video games. But as always, we always start off with what you playing. So, rah-rah, what you playing?
I have been playing Far Cry 4 quite a bit more. Really liking it. It hasn't pulled me in and made me obsess over it quite like Far Cry 3 did. I don't know why. It's essentially the same fucking game, for all intents and purposes. But I'm really enjoying it. The gameplay's awesome. I've run into some bugs here and there, but overall having a good time with it. It's gorgeous, plays really nice. The acting overall is pretty good. I'm interested in what's happening, when I'm partaking in story scenes. I find most of my time though is spent just sort of exploring around. I do a mission and then I kind of go and try and get lost for a little bit. Do a little hunting.
It's not hard to do in Far Cry's.
It's not bad. I still think the best game just to get lost and exploring that I've played in recent memory is Skyrim. But Far Cry does a good job of giving me like this big space. I don't run across like caves and really cool, interesting things quite as often as I'd like. But yeah, it's a gorgeous game. Loving it. Go play it if you haven't played it. But yeah, Far Cry 4 has been.
I really do want to play it. So, I'm just waiting for you to finish it so you can send it to me. I'll play it.
So, Roy, I do have a question about that.
No.
So I haven't played any of the Far Cry games since the first one. Yeah, I think it's the last one I
Crytek
played.
still made it.
Yeah, and so if I were to just jump in, because I don't want to go back and try to catch up and do all that nonsense, but I can't imagine these are the most story-driven games in the world. Will I be okay just jumping in with 4?
Oh, totally.
They literally
They're totally
have nothing
separate
to do with each
stories.
other.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
not.
All right, legit, cool.
None of those games.
There's no through thread. You can jump into any game in any order, and it's a totally standalone thing.
I
would
would
say
say
if you
that
really enjoy
I would
this
say
one
that
and
playing.
you still have a 360 around, go back and play Far Cry 3.
made it. Yeah, and
Yeah.
so.
Oh
Oh
wait.
man, look what's going on, people. Mute your shit.
Yep, that was my fault.
Shit.
That was my fault.
Ah. Oh, you're on your phone. Okay. So, anyways, I would say that Far Cry 3 informs Far Cry 4 a lot. Like, you'll know what's going on right off the bat.
Yeah.
Because the game design is very similar. Like, climb this thing and do this stuff. But the story, the characters, any of that stuff, it's all isolated. I think they tried to make proper sequels, so to speak, in some of the original console spin-offs, like our Instincts and stuff. But other than that, no.
I will
But
say,
you're good.
I've seen more crazy over-the-top stuff happening in this newest one for sure, though. I swear there was like
Really?
a Simpsons moment where it was like a tiger fighting something else, and then an eagle came in and kind of like broke that shit up. And on another occasion, I swear to God, I can't 100% back it up because I wasn't quite sure what it had and what it had dropped because I went looking for the body, couldn't find the carcass. But I swear I saw an eagle or whatever those big fucking birds are with like a goat. You know, like something like three
No,
times
that's in the
its
trailer,
size.
dude. That's
And,
in the trailer.
It's pretty nuts. It's in the trailer?
Yeah, it's in one of the original gameplay, like when they showed it at E3 or something like that. Like he's walking around a corner, you see this goat, and then you see this bird just pick it up and fly away with it.
Okay.
And you're like, oh my god.
Okay, good. Then I'm not
What
crazy
happened?
because I was just like, wait a minute, was that a fucking what was that? And I went looking for the carcass and couldn't find it. But I'm happy to know that those birds can pick up those giant animals because that's insane. I'm just waiting now for it to pick up a rhino and just.
That's the world we live in.
But yeah,
Thank
go play
God.
Far Cry 4. Good game.
Yes. Okay, so you said your thing, and then Alex, you threw me off. Alex, fuck you been playing, dog?
Bro, I have been playing so much Destiny. Like just an
Are
unhealthy
you gonna be
amount.
Are you gonna be the Brad of our podcast?
I
Brad from Giant
could
Bomb
be.
can't stop talking about Destiny.
guys, I don't know why I'm still playing this game, but no, I'm having a great time with it. It's not even really a like I'm forcing myself because I feel beholden to the $60 purchase. It's nothing like that. I just really truly enjoy the game.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot to say about it. I mean, it's Destiny. It's probably been talked to death either way. But I have a lot of fun with it. I put in a lot of time in there.
Are you still
What's
playing
your,
your first character?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still on my first character, still on that warlock. I started a hunter and I was kind of messing around with leveling it the other day, but it's fun. The process is just so arduous because it's like the story is not compelling enough or even existing enough for me to
Your
want to.
game came with a story?
Right? Like I don't even want to go back and try to mess with it. So I've been leveling pretty much exclusively in the Crucible, just killing other dudes, and
Yeah.
I mean, it's working out, but it's slow going, and when you don't have all of your skills because you're not leveled, the Crucible's kind of not nearly as fun, and so it's kind of a
PvP by
catch-22.
yourself is not fun in that game, I gotta
No.
say.
No, it's really
I
not.
mean, even if you do Rumble, you're just like, ugh, fuck this.
Yeah, I think
But,
that's why the Crucible never spoke to me because I never had a chance to like hook up with buds and have like just a good fun multiplayer match with friends. I was always in there maybe with one other, usually solo with a bunch of randoms, and it was just like, man, I just kept getting fucking like Titan slammed out of nowhere. I was like, nope, done.
Yeah. See, I don't know. I played a lot of time alone from launch until I guess like the beginning of November
That
because
lonely 360.
I was on that 360, yeah, man, and so nobody was playing with me. So I kind of got used to and just absorbed playing the Crucible alone because that's honestly my favorite part of the
We
game.
have people in the community that play on the 360. I mean,
Yeah, we do. It's just
like,
they're
I feel
hard to
like
come by though.
it is hard. Like a lot of our community is Xbox focused, and the majority of us feels like has made the jump, and it's kind of hard to see. Like this is something I was worried about before the game even came out. On just general for games going forward, when you have such a big multiplayer focused world, persistent worlds and stuff like that, we got to come down to a day where you have like cross-platform play, cross-generation
cross-platform,
play, all
yeah.
that stuff. I mean, that's just got to be happening eventually.
Yeah.
And this is a game where you can feel it. You can feel how much it sucks that a huge swath of the Destiny community is split right in half. Because we have so many friends like Alex and I have a ton of friends in Destiny in the community itself, like whether that be different clans or websites or podcasts or whatever, and a lot of them are split right down the middle. We got people who play on the Xbox with us, and we got people who play on the PlayStation, and we never get to play together, and that just sucks.
Well, I think
Yeah,
a lot of developers would probably be wanting to get behind that as well. A lot more than have been vocal about it. It's just that you got to convince Microsoft and Sony. Like Sony's been making some strides. I think Final Fantasy, if I'm not mistaken, anyway, can be played.
Yeah, I
the
think
PS4 and the
15 is
PC guys
played
can play together.
PS4
So
and PC.
it's
Yep,
like
absolutely.
all they
14,
gotta
sorry,
say.
14.
All they got to do is say it's okay. You can play on PlayStation against your friend on Xbox, and then we could have it. But will they ever really get behind that?
Yeah, and
think
see, and that's
so.
the thing.
I
is
think eventually
14
they
works like
will.
a dream too. Like, because I have firsthand experience with that. It works great.
Let's think of it this way, though. If you see something like that, not to like go all the way down this path, but I would imagine that if you saw multiplayer games that were cross-platform, something like that, you would see subscriptions on those games, or you would see a lot of transactions available in those games, and a cut of that would go to each platform holder to kind of make up for the fact that they're letting that publisher put a cross-platform game on their box. But I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Things in the
So-
future.
That, and I've been playing Shadow of Mordor. I just started yet. Well, I played a little bit on the PC, and then I was like, I'm really addicted to this new Xbox of mine. Let me try it out there. And so I formally bought it on the Xbox.
Have you played enough to give us like your impressions yet, or?
I mean, I can give you like early impressions.
You're Mr. Tolkien.
Yeah, that's my thing. Is the Lord of the Rings universe is like my first lore love and probably my deepest. And so it's like, I'm going to tell you right now. Like, I'm going to preface this whole thing with, this is not Tolkien's Lord of the Rings by any means at all.
That's why they don't have Lord of the Rings in the title as well. They wanted to stay away from that assumption. That
Exactly.
It's Lord of the Rings.
I'm approaching it from this perspective, just to keep my hair, what's left of it, in my head. But I'm just basically looking at it as if it's a, you call it whatever buzzword you'd like, reimagining or fan fiction or whatever you want to call it. It's just a really good version of that. It's like loosely set in the land of Middle Earth, but none of the history seems to really make sense. A lot of the ideas of like Talion being a ranger, but also a wraith, and Celebrimbor the elf coming back and doing all this stuff. Like, none of it really jives with Tolkien's world as it stands. But if you take it as a separate kind of reimagining of that universe, it's solid and it's really, really cool. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I didn't play much in the way of the Batman games, the Arkham games, so everyone immediately, that's the first thing they talk about is, it plays just like that. I didn't play those, but I will tell you that killing Uruk-hai or Uruks is amazing.
I would say
so
that
much fun.
The mechanics, the combat mechanics that are clearly lifted from the Arkham games have been kind of improved on here, in my opinion.
Really?
And I think part of that might have to do with just the crazy range of powers that you can get as a wraith. Like, the things that you can do that, like, Batman can't fucking do that. Like, he can't blink strike and then do all this crazy shit. But it's pretty cool. It is, I would say it's comparable, but I would say, just telling you as someone who has put tons of time into those Arkham games, I feel like this is very much the same mechanics, but better, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, just it's like a quick impression kind of thing. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I really like it. The storytelling, so far, like, the pacing is really good, and the story's it's not a bad story. It's just, like I said, you kind of have to lift that Tolkien enthusiast mindset that I have personally out of that in order to get the most enjoyment, because literally none of it makes any sense. It's almost actually, a lot of it's almost directly contradictory to what happened.
Cool.
But it's good. It's solid. It's a great game. I love it so far.
All right. Okay. I played some games. Played Destiny. I finished Halo 2 Anniversary.
Nice.
Finally, that was cool. I watched the end cutscene thing. The end cut. So the deal with Halo 2 Anniversary is the one that has the intro that ties it to 5, and then at the very end, you get a bit of that as well. But it's literally like a minute.
Without
It's such a
spoiling
cock
anything,
tease.
did you enjoy those moments?
So we talk. So I'm the host of Podcast Evolved. We have a Halo podcast in the Red Amp Gaming Network. We talk a lot about Locke as a character because he's the focus. Even though this is the Master Chief Collection, the whole point of the Master Chief Collection existing is it's kind of canon. It's Arbiter telling the story of the Chief up until this moment so that Locke can fully understand who he is and where he's coming from, because Chief is on the run and Locke is looking for him. That's all we know. But Locke is a dumbass character as far as I can tell so far, and that kind of makes it stick out. It's cool seeing Arbiter in this new crazy gear, and the blur cuts, the blur work done there is just unbelievable. But Locke is a cheesy bastard, in my opinion. The way he, I don't know.
Are you getting all
I've been
of that
watching
from
Nightfall
just
as
the two
well.
moments? Yeah, I was gonna say. Are you getting
No,
that
I've been
from
watching all the
as well,
Nightfall
or-
stuff.
Yeah, I haven't seen.
Yeah,
any
I've been
of it
watching
yet.
Nightfall. I will say that Nightfall, right now, we've been doing spoiler casts on the show. So at the end of each podcast Evolve for the last few weeks, we go all the way into the episode. We talk about every facet of it. But I would say my overall takeaway from Nightfall is this is supposed to be about Locke. Literally not 1 second about this show so far has given you any insight into who Locke is, what he is as a person, like nothing. Everyone else is more interesting. Everyone else is more of a character. Everyone else gets more screen time. Like, it's so weird going into this show knowing that it's supposed to be Locke's story. So I feel like it's doing that for you to build up sympathy, because if you watch Nightfall, it's basically the classic sci-fi horror movie setup where, you know, they're marooned and there's scary stuff everywhere, and now everybody's like turning on each other and blah, like it's so cliche, but it feels like it's literally just a big setup for at the end for Locke to be like the last survivor or one of a couple survivors of this horrible event, and then that maybe gives you a couple minutes of him being like, I understand now, I'm gonna be like this now. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Locke is weird, dude, because they're focusing so much on him. Like, he's been out there, he's the face of Nightfall, and he is like the least interesting character in the show. And you know, a lot of people say that about Master Chief, though. Like, to be honest, I mean, a lot of people say that about Halo and Master Chief. Like, Halo is about Master Chief, but he's the least interesting character. And I think in a lot of ways in the games that might be true, because he's not portrayed very well, because he's, you know, it's the supporting cast.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. So I finished Halo 2 Anniversary. I just started into Halo 3 today. I'm really excited to be playing that against my favorite in the series. It's so damn smooth. The campaign of these games are just so damn good that I can't wait for the Master Chief Collection and matchmaking to start working. So why don't we get into? We're starting a new segment in What You Playing in Rated M for Podcast, where we integrate you dogs, you guys, the community, into the show. So we'll kick it right off with What You Playing community. Esteban Arellano, I don't know how to say your last name.
Come
I'm sorry,
on, get the names right.
You've been on the fucking show, so whatever.
So you should know his name.
Esteban.
I don't think he said it out loud. He was in a bubble. I couldn't hear him. He's trying to play the Halo Master Chief Collection, so he's trying to play matchmaking. I tried that too today, actually. I sat in a queue 3 times and was like told, nope, shit's not working, bro. Try again.
Man, how long
and
has
I tried
it been now?
3
3 weeks?
Going on 3 weeks. Yep.
Ooh.
I don't even. Yeah, we're not happy. It sucks. You can do custom matches and stuff like that, and I've played campaign co-op with a lot of people, but as far as the matchmaking thing, it is just borked. We'll talk a little bit more about that in news as far as like what's coming of this. But why don't we move on? Brandon Kramer from the community says that he's playing Destiny for sure, still grinding to 30, hoping to finish Halo 2 Anniversary Heroic playthrough, and then play some matchmaking. Well, good luck, Brandon, on 30 and matchmaking ever. And then Jesse White said that he's juggling 3 games right now. Halo, working through all the campaigns on Legendary Solo and Co-op. Rise, which he's liking quite a bit. Well, that's good.
Yeah,
He just started investing time in Titanfall, and he sucks at it, lol. Yeah, Titanfall was on sale for like $10 this weekend for Black Friday.
Good deal.
I almost bought it because I don't have it anymore. I gave it to somebody. I don't know.
And
Yeah,
keeping with
Jesse's
something we might
kinda
talk
got-
about later, you try... Oh, no, forget it. Oh my god, I shouldn't have had that puff before we went live. Continue!
So what were you saying?
Jesse's kind of in the same boat I am, because we actually got our Xboxes, I want to say the same day, or like he got his like the next morning after I got mine. And so I'm like, oh yeah, I'm playing a whole lot of Destiny. Oh, but I just got Shadow of Mordor for $25 this weekend, and I'm like, oh, and I've got Master Chief Collection that my wonderful buddy Drew gave me, and blah blah blah. Like, I've got all these different games that I'm trying to catch up on, and so it's a great time of the year, but it's also like a weird, like, how much time do I allow myself to spend on each game in order to properly absorb it? You know,
it's really funny that, like, for a lot of people who this might be their first jump from one console to the next. Which I think is quite a bit of people these days. This generation is kind of really... The last generation blew up so much that there are so many people making their first jump. so to speak, right? I think it's funny that a year later, you can have, like, if you buy this console a year after it came out, you have so many games to play.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
there were like a
tons.
lot of these games were on the previous gen. Sure, Titanfall was on the previous gen. Sure, Destiny's on the 360 and stuff. But it is night and day, like how different a lot of these games feel. Some of them not so much, like Call of Duty Ghosts and Assassin's Creed last year. I don't think that big a difference. But a lot of these games, it's night and day. So if you're jumping into the Xbox One or the PS4 today, you have this huge catalog to pick through, and I think that's pretty impressive, actually. I don't know how like the number of releases compares to like 2007 or something like that, before the end of the year, but I mean, pretty crazy. So next we will move into news, and I wanted to get the elephant out of the way here. Star Wars trailer, guys.
Hey,
Anybody see that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Rory, did you catch the Star Wars trailer?
Of course I did, and I'm queuing it up for people in the chat.
Oh geez. Oh
Yes,
dear.
do it. Everyone watch
As
it
we
now.
chat, we can watch.
Sweet.
Fuck yeah, I watched it over and over and over and over again, and I will probably continue to watch it over and over again as we talk about whatever we're going to talk about later on the show. It's exactly what I needed to see from this first tease from a Star Wars.
Oh, I could
thing.
not
Like,
agree more.
There's
Stalker
just
droids.
the music, the visuals, the costume, the settings, just the tone of it, the urgency behind everything, the shots. Like when I saw that they had the same cockpit view, it's coming up on the screen now for those watching.
In the X-wing,
Yeah, it's like that same perspective on the guys in the ship, and then you see the Sith in the forest, and that saber with the vents, and fuck yeah. And then just, somebody said it on the Facebook chat that JJ just gets it when he reveals that final shot, and the light, and the theme kicks in, and there's this incredible spinning shot of the Millennium Falcon and two TIE fighters scream across. It's just like, fuck, yes, hallelujah,
So,
Star Wars is
so
back.
my question
It is-
is, were you guys worried that? So I feel like, so as someone who wasn't a huge fan of any of the original Star Trek series or movies or anything, I didn't really have any worries going into Star Trek, and I was just completely blown away. Like, I cried in the opening scene. I fucking loved every second of both movies so far. Were you afraid that there was going to be too much of maybe a Star Trek vibe or a foreign vibe going into this, and now you feel that is not the case?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
I never had a fear as soon as JJ was on board, man. When they announced, like,
Okay.
there's a lot of guys I'd like to see tackle Star Wars, but when they announced that JJ was actually going to take it after he said he didn't want to touch it because he was too much of a fan,
Yeah.
I was extremely happy though. I think his sensibilities as a filmmaker are much better suited to Star Wars. Like his Star Trek is more Star Wars than Star Trek.
Agree
Really?
with that. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that was the other thing I was
Star
going to
Trek
ask.
has always
So,
been a much more cerebral type sci-fi, and Star Wars is this great like Western
Action-y,
epic in
pulpy
space, right?
thing. Yeah.
They're a different vibe, and I think JJ's style just totally fits so much more well with Star Wars. And I think he's totally the right guy to kick it off. And then we got all these young guys going to be taking over the in-between film. So I'm really hyped. As a fan, I couldn't be more hyped, especially after that trailer.
So Alex, what's your general take on the Star Trek or Star Wars trailer?
Man, okay, so Star Wars is a very beloved thing for me now, and the weird part about that is, and a lot of people want to crucify me for this when I tell them, I hadn't seen Star Wars as a kid at all. I just, for whatever
Really?
reason,
Okay.
it wasn't on my radar. I didn't catch it until just before Episode 3, I think, was the first time that I actually sat down and was like, I'm going to get into Star Wars. Let's see what happens. And I think it's cooler that I did it that way, because as a teenager, I was old enough to kind of get more of the scope of like the storytelling and everything that was going on, and not just the, oh look, it's outer space and glowing swords and stuff. And so I like immediately fell head over heels, crazy in love, obsessed with that series. And so now there's been all the talk of Episode 7 and all the this and that and rumors and whatever, and I've kind of on purpose like separated myself from all of that just to avoid. It's a general rule of mine is to try to avoid as much hype on a lot of stuff as possible. I try to stay informed but not get too crazy overhyped about things. And So I waited. I wore my Star Wars socks on Friday, waiting for the trailer to come out. I was
watched
ready to go.
Jedi the
Oh, I
night
have.
before.
Yeah, man, I've got these awesome like red and black Christmas socks with stormtrooper helmets on them. They're amazing. So I wore those, and I was at work, and I was like, I'm sitting at my desk like planing a sword, and I'm just like waiting and waiting. And also, they're like, "It's live, guys!" And so, oh my god, I watched it the first time, and I immediately thought to myself, I need to go post this for everyone else to see, and then I couldn't because I watched it like 5 more times. And, and so it was like 15 or 20 minutes after I'd seen it to where I was like, okay, I guess people should see this, so let me just let me send it out there. But my god, I've seen it. I came home, I left work relatively early. There's nothing really going on, but I left work early to come home to my house so that I could actually see it on a TV screen as opposed to just my phone.
Yeah,
It's oh my god, it's incredible.
I woke up
my buddy
Matt
came over
late that day.
We watched it.
I woke up super late that day and like saw all the tweets and stuff in my phone and was like, "Oh, okay." And I didn't even look at it, and I screenshot nothing. Came into my den, sat down in front of my big ass TV that's like 2 feet in front of me, and put my Astros on and cranked them up and just watched the whole thing from start to finish a couple times and was just like, "Yep, looks great." I'm totally thrilled. Like, this is great. Can't wait to see it. I want to learn about these characters. I want to see these new worlds. I want to see what's going on in this post Lucas Star Wars, because I think Star Wars has a lot of room to improve, and it looks like it's in great hands. So do it. All right, next we have even more exciting news, guys. Hold on to your butts. Infinity Blade is coming to the Xbox One.
Totally swiping with my arms right now.
All right, so
I don't have a Kinect.
Here's the thing. It looks like it'll be Kinect optional. So it won't be Kinect only. It says in the report that I'm reading on Game Informer, which was translated from something else. It was just, I don't know. Infinity Blade will contain nearly all of the levels from all 3 Infinity Blade games. That's cool. I was curious about that.
That's nice.
For $59.99.
It will allow for either I know, right? Either Kinect or standard controller, standard controller controls. That's weird. Gamatsu also reports that the game may release under a free-to-play model and is planned for launch in China before February 19th, 2015. It's unclear what the timeline plans are for North American release, or if the game will also make its way to PlayStation 4. I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't. Just some reason, Infinity Blade feels like a franchise that Microsoft might be like, we want that one, give it to us. I mean,
yeah,
I don't
you
know.
guys can keep Uncharted and Naughty Dog. We'll take Infinity
Well, here's what's
Blade.
funny about this is, so Microsoft makes competing hardware to Apple's iOS devices, and Infinity Blade isn't even on those. So
I mean, technically, so does Sony, but
yeah, but the experience. Well, I think they're backing off on that stuff.
yeah, probably.
Their company's going through a lot of shit. But you're right, and it's just weird to me that like Infinity Blade, if it's even coming to consoles, jumps all the way to the Xbox One, and assuming probably PC and PS4, like didn't even go to the 360 or PS3 or the Wii U. I mean, come on, Infinity Blade on the Wii U with that touchpad, right?
I would
Right,
play
guys?
that. I'm not even lying. I would play it.
I'll buy that for $1.
Why I don't think it would be good on the Wii U's touchpad is for the simple fact that, like, with the iPhones and stuff, I can't remember what the technical term is, but you guys can enlighten me. But it's that, you don't have to put pressure down, right? On the Wii U gamepad, you need pressure on the pad. Whereas on the iPhone, it's just like, it's very easy on your finger. You're just sliding your finger across. On the Wii U pad, you have to kind of push. I actually think the game is better suited for Kinect than it would be for the Wii U gamepad, as crazy as that may sound.
Huh.
And you don't move your character around in like in a free open space either, right? It's sort of like that.
No, it's kind of like a whatchamacallit. Like
the whole thing's like a God of War boss battle, like the whole game.
Yeah, but I think it'll actually, from a gameplay perspective, play a lot like D4, which was that recent Kinect title. Because in D4, you would sort of like select a marker ahead, and you would just get pulled to that next spot, and that's exactly what happened.
Oh, okay.
Blade. And then you'll just have hand swiping
like
gestures, and you'll be dodging back and forth for your dodge rolls and shit. Like, I could see it working pretty good. So, anyways.
Weird. I'm the only thing that I wanted to say about this. My take is, I'm really curious if this is going to be a straight port, because Chair are no slouches. They know what they're doing. They've made a ton of money off of Infinity Blade. They really just stepped in it when they made the first one, and they were like, "Oh shit, okay, this sells like hotcakes."
That sold
okay,
like
cool,
crazy, yeah.
And they made it. They did a great job with Shadow Complex. And if anybody ever played their previous game, Undertow was also fantastic on the Xbox Live Arcade. Like, they're no slouches. I'm curious if they're gonna kind of flex some muscles with the console version, because it's on Unreal. It's on the Unreal Engine. In fact, I think Infinity Blade 3 is in the Unreal 4 engine.
Wouldn't surprise me.
They go back and retouch all of this stuff up to make it look like fucking bonkers, especially since there's not a lot of moving parts, there's not a lot of stuff going on. Like, this game could look insane. It could be the Unreal Engine 4 game to just visually show like all the shit that you can put.
Yeah.
To,
I mean, I'll be honest,
engine.
it looks absolutely crazy on an iPad. It's nuts how good that game looks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alex, I agree. It's a gorgeous game already, so a little tweaking.
Anyways, I think it would be kind of cool to. I laughed when I first saw this headline, and then I thought about it and was like, wait a minute, that could be really fucking cool. It could set a good precedence. I mean,
well, anybody that's played Fruit Ninja on the 360 Connect.
Jesus Christ, I knew this was going to come up.
If nothing else, you got a good workout. But
get that Angry Birds Star Wars on the Xbox One when it came out. I don't know. We'll see. All right, so let's launch into the next piece of news, what I call Apology Fest 2014. This week was filled with a lot of we're sorry.
My bad.
We're sorry.
Sorry.
Between Ubisoft and 343, the heads of both coming out and basically saying like, "Hey, our shit's fucked up. Sorry. Here is a fruit basket, a gift basket of like, sorry, here's what we're gonna do to fix it, and here's some free shit." 343 Industries studio head Bonnie Ross came out and said, "Halo matchmaking is not where we wanted it. We knew it was gonna have problems. We patched it. We've put updates out, and it's still not even close to where we want it to be." And so she has come out saying, "Hey, we're gonna work really hard and do some more stuff." And she came out and like publicly apologized, but then said something along the lines of like, "We're going to make good on this to our fans when it does get to where it needs to be." So my take on that was, I think we're gonna get Spartan Strike for free, which I'm sure a lot of people would be like, "What the fuck? Like, I don't want this shit." Or maybe the beta would be extended for people who own the Master Chief Collection, which technically it already is. I think we get it early. In December, so maybe we get it longer than your average Joe, because I know that I have a feeling that beta is going to get opened up to everyone, just like Titanfall was. So there's that. The other piece of Apology Fest 2014 is Ubisoft coming out and apologizing for Assassin's Creed Unity. So Rory, did you get experience with that yet?
Not yet. I'm waiting for a buddy to finish it so I can lend him Sunset and I can take Unity off his hands. But
and then you're going to send me Far Cry 4. Got it. So Alex, you have a copy of it because you got the Assassin's Creed Unity Xbox One Underoos.
Correct.
Have you booted that bitch up yet?
Negative. I have not.
God,
I didn't want to bother.
Come on. You got new games and you're playing Destiny still. Come on. I
know, right? I know. Everyone is like I can actually hear the collective face palming. No, I just.
Well, you're special though. You've never played an Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah,
this would probably not be the one that you want to start with.
That's exactly it. I'm like, I have Black Flag. I have Black Flag on like 3 or 4 systems because I kept buying it on like Steam sales and PSN.
Never played it.
Never played it. But I'm like, okay, so I have this Unity bundle. I have the brand new next gen Let's Go game. The problem is like it comes out. They held back on reviews. I already had Destiny to be playing like the night that's the reason I got my Xbox One. So I was like, I'm going to play that and we'll see how this Assassin's Creed thing pans out. And they held back reviews. Reviews came out and it was terrible and everything is broken. And so I'm just kind of on that boat of like, let me know when everything works and I'll join it.
Alex, because you own the game, you get all the DLC for free. So
that's cool.
That's cool, I guess. I mean, hopefully the DLC works.
I don't know. I thought we didn't get all the DLC. I thought we only got the one.
You get the season pass. You get the
Oh,
season
really?
pass for free. Yeah.
I thought it was just like the King's Revenge or whatever it was called.
I'm pretty sure it's so. I'll have to go
For
back and
Black
look at
Flag?
details, but the way I heard, no, for Unity, for Unity.
No, they can't. I
So
thought they canceled all the season pass stuff.
no,
That's why you get a free game from Ubisoft, right? Because they canceled the season.
no. You get a
passes.
free game if you have the season pass. No, I don't think they canceled any of that.
Oh, I thought that's
think
what,
they
that's what the whole
canceled
thing was. They canceled the season pass.
some
so
other
people who
game
had
or something.
pre-bought it.
Well,
would
the
get
free
free
stuff
games.
was part of the apology for the game being fucking borked. Like, I don't think it was for things being canceled. Could be wrong.
Man,
We'll have to go look that
We're
stuff
gonna have
up.
to look this
All
up.
right.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you get Dead King's DLC for free if you owned it on the PS4, Xbox One, or PC.
Okay.
That's what you get. Now,
I was hoping you already had the season pass because then you could have gotten a free game from a select list,
Right.
including The Crew. Good job,
or
don't
Far Cry
doing
4.
that.
Yeah.
Or Far Cry 4, and then you could give Far Cry 4 to me, and then I could play it.
There you go.
And then he'll sell
If
it off.
only.
Yeah, then I'll just throw it at some dead guy. So I was going to ask, I wanted to touch on Apology Fest 2014 because I wanted to ask if you guys feel like this could potentially be a new trend. Release games that are broken and then apologize for them and give free shit or whatever afterwards.
Oh boy.
I feel like it won't be a new trend just because they're seeing how pissed people are right now, and like to the point where like Microsoft's like people are getting hooked up with like digital refunds, which is like a pretty rare thing on their games. So I'm hoping that it's not going to become a trend. It won't. We might see a couple more, and then it's just going to be like there's going to be so much hate on it. People are going to realize we can't do this anymore because we do it one more time. Our name is fucking bruised and tarnished. So no, it will not.
Well,
become a
yeah,
trend.
clearly that's just a death knell because EA is no more and THQ is still around. Wait, no, that's the other way around, isn't it? Weird. People hate huge companies, but they will take their stuff.
Yeah.
They will give them money. They'll be mad and they'll yell about it, but they'll still keep giving them money. Like, God damn it, George Lucas, stop releasing these movies over and over again. We're gonna keep going and seeing them over and over again. Like, it's, I agree that that it wouldn't make any sense, but I'm wondering if it's going to be a trend. And I ask this because how many games are coming out in the next 6 months that were delayed? And are they in good shape? Or will they release in the shape that these games are in now? And so I think of Evolve. I was listening to a
How
podcast.
many games has it been though? Like really, like, and it's only been what in just like this last 6 months or so where we've really gotten like kind of broken shit.
Yeah, all these games are busted.
Just
right?
these recent things, yeah. I feel maybe I have faith.
But I wonder
man.
if
I have too much.
But
faith
but I
is the
don't
problem.
think. Well, I don't think that the busted game releases is over.
Well,
because-
it'll never be over, man. Like.
Well, no. I understand that, but I mean like
going.
release after release, like game after game. Like I'm saying it now. I think Evolve is not going to do well. I think it'll still be a little busted. I think Bloodborne might be coming in hot because somebody pointed out that it's like pushed to the very end of the fiscal year, like the end of March or something like that. And I heard a lot of like, "Yeesh, watch out, this might suck." Like it might be coming in too hot, but they might push it out because they have to. I'm really curious if they'll pull off the order without it coming out and having like performance issues or something like that because it's such a strong looking game. Like visually, it's such a ridiculously over-the-top looking game. Assassin's Creed looked fantastic when it debuted or when it demoed, right?
Yeah.
It looked unbelievable.
I guess the thing is
how's
that, like,
that
I don't
doing
mind
now?
developers and publishers developing the game. I really don't want to see games delayed anymore to put that polish on and then they come out broken. Like
I agree.
Fuck yeah.
I agree. So I'm wondering if what we're going to get is a few more games that are just not so hot. I'm actually really wary of Batman. For some reason, I'm curious if Batman is going to be as solid as it looks like it could be. Because I mean, the Batman games weren't terrible, but they weren't like as open world games. There were a lot of janky problems that you would run into as far as like just performance issues. But then again, that was on the 360 and PS3. It might be different now. I don't know.
No, I'm thinking Rocksteady's gonna be pretty solid on it, but we'll see.
I'm hoping so.
Never know.
Yeah, I would love to. Anyways, I'm curious if this is going to be a trend. We'll see. The trends right now are betas and promising things that don't work. Or
Yeah, well, I
something.
guess a
don't know.
trend can be short, right, as well. So like I'm always thinking like long term,
Sure.
but I mean a trend could end,
Oh no, yeah,
6
I don't
months from
mean
now.
like the whole generation.
So yeah, yeah, I know we're gonna
I just
definitely
mean in the next few months.
we're
Yeah.
gonna definitely see
So
something.
speaking of games coming in the next few months, Greg Way, even though I'm not Greg, there's the Game Awards and the PlayStation Experience. These are two things that are coming this weekend. I would read you like infographics and like this pitch spiel, but just know that on Friday, this upcoming Friday, December 5th, we're going to get the Game Awards, which is the spiritual successor to the VGAs, which turned into the VGX and then just
Oh
promptly
god.
nosedived into fucking hell. They're doing it independently. It's not going to be on Spike now, and they're going to be on Twitch. And I want to bring these both up to do two things. I want to ask you guys, kind of spitball some ideas, what we think we're going to see, and then talk about the fact that we're all going to watch them together on Twitch,
Oh
on this
yeah.
Twitch channel right here, twitch.tv/RadioNetFor podcast. We are live on it right now. So just follow us and then come back on Friday and then stay for Saturday and Sunday. We'll just have a big old sleepover. It'll be great.
There you go.
I think I
So
read
the
that
Game
Jeff
Awards-
Keighley was bankrolling it himself. Is that true?
Himself? Well, I
Well,
don't
he-
know.
maybe,
yeah,
like, majority, I'm not
well,
quite
he
sure,
probably
but-
got investors and stuff. I'm sure he got sponsors, investors, and things like that. He doesn't have like money just laying around. It's in Vegas. Let me go look at this. Latest updates include there's a teaser video, there's nominees for awards announced, that's all boring. Metal Gear Online to world premiere at Game Awards. So the big deal for oh hey shit, you're right. Jeff Keighley is the producer. So the big deal with the Game Awards and the VGAs and the VGX and all that stuff, the only reason why gamers actually give a shit about this is we get some really cool announcements at the VGAs. I want to say Uncharted 2, the Sand one, wasn't that at the VGAs? No? Okay,
Oh,
so
sorry,
I
I was
also
zoned out
want
for a
to...
second. Usually when you talk, I zone out.
Hey, what's up, Rory? How you doing, man? We're doing a podcast over here.
Hi.
The Skyrim announcement, the Fallout 3 announcement, were both at the VGAs. And I want to say that the Uncharted 2 one was there. But we usually get some really fucking cool announcements. So I'm wondering what we could get as announcement at the Game Awards on Friday this week. So Alex,
Man, oh yeah,
You're
we should've
new.
wrote down predictions.
video game.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Shit, I don't know, man. I mean, everyone's like go-to answer anytime they're asked this year about, well, what game do you think is going to be predicted, or
Fallout
what game
4.
do you think is going to be done? It's Fallout 4.
Fallout
Dude,
4.
I don't think it's going to happen, honestly.
Half-Life 3.
I don't. Yeah,
See, that was gonna be
no
my
hope for
wild
that.
card pick. I was gonna just
Star
be the
Fox.
honest one out and say it's
Yeah, right.
I bet it's announced.
All right.
It's gonna be a Fallout 4 Half-Life 3 Star Fox crossover game.
Oh,
I
I'm
would-
in. I'm in.
You
I
can
don't
only
play
play
that.
on the Steam box.
Now I'm out.
I'm essentially running on one of those right now, so I'm good. I'm already in that circle. Damn, man, I don't know. Predictions on games, I couldn't even tell you what I'm really waiting on. This year's had so much stuff come out that
Well, since your predictions suck, I'm gonna go to the chat real quick. Rancid Beast 118 says, "I predict we'll see some Halo 5 single player at the BGAs. It's the TGAs now. Rancid, get it right."
Good God.
The TGAs doesn't make any sense. That's kind of like ATM machine. So whatever, Rancid. I agree. I think that would be really cool. I don't think that's gonna happen though. I don't think you're gonna see Halo at the Game Awards. I think that's E3. I think that's their big. I think Microsoft's probably gonna disappoint some people at E3 because their big thing is gonna be Halo 5, and everybody's gonna be like, "Where's the new shit?" So I don't think we're gonna see Halo at TGAs. Rory, I've vamped long enough for you. You gotta say a video game that you think is gonna be debuted or previewed or like revealed or a release date or something coming this Friday from Jeff Keighley's TGAs.
All right. I'll make another bold one that'll probably be unlikely. But I'll say that we're gonna see Ben Studios game, and I will make the bold prediction that it is indeed, in fact, in the Siphon Filter universe.
So you think that Sony
I've got one.
is going to debut a new Siphon Filter game the day before their 2-day PlayStation Experience Twitch stream. It's going to have people from all over coming to Vegas. So I'm
now
saying
that
this
you
as if
phrase
that's
it
the
that
dumbest thing I've ever
way.
heard, but I almost kind of agree with you because I'm wondering if Sony's going to co-opt the TGAs into like building hype for them, and then they're going to roll through this 2-day weekend of like, also, come fucking look at all this crazy shit that we're doing. PlayStation is the bomb, yo.
Well, that's the thing. We're talking announcements and not necessarily a show off. So maybe they just
Yeah.
reveal the title, and then the next
Maybe it's a
day
big 1-2 punch,
at their
right?
show, it's like, and here's what it looks like.
Here's people actually fucking playing our new game. Like, here's people actually playing Uncharted.
Well, anyway, you guys know me. I like to make the
Explosion.
crazy predictions, and I'll stick with that one.
All right, Siphon Filter. What do you think Siphon Filter on Friday?
Well, something set in the Siphon Filter world. It might not be called Siphon Filter, but yeah.
Set in the Siphon Filter. What? Siphon Filter set in like real life. So what if there's a game that's just like in real life? You're like, hey, Siphon Filter could have taken place in this same universe. This counts.
Well, I'm saying it could be a spiritual successor, but like Ben Studios' game is like a Siphon Filter sort of thing.
I got you. All right, Alex, go ahead, man.
I don't know how much of a present, because Nintendo like goes one way or another. Either they have like an entire giant display at these award ceremonies, or conventions and shit, or they have nothing and they're like, we'll just do a Nintendo Direct and call it a day.
Is Nintendo ever at the VGAs or the GAs?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't even think they're nominated for anything.
It's weird. I don't
Really?
have memories of Nintendo.
No, I'm just
at those
kidding.
awards.
See, I don't keep up with the Game Awards. That's why when you asked me, I was like,
Yeah, right.
I'm like, okay. How about Xbox getting Final Fantasy 14? That's what I'm gonna give you there.
Ooh, interesting.
That's what I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna say that, and I'm also gonna say a possibility of, we'll touch on this later, but maybe a possibility of the Elder Scrolls Online announcement.
That it's dead.
That's what I think.
Interesting. Those are good. Those are interesting choices. So, all right, I'm copying this shit down because we're gonna make a game of it, talking about it in the chat, on our channel when we stream it, when we host it on Friday.
And if you're wrong, you will be called out.
Yes, hard. So you were saying, Elder Scrolls Online.
An Elder Scrolls Online announcement,
like
probably
console
for
date or something.
console date, yeah. And I would
Sure.
say that I would not. I don't want to say I wouldn't be surprised, but I think that if it'll ever happen, we'll probably hear about Final Fantasy 14 hitting the Xbox One by the end of this year.
This year? No.
No, I'm saying the announcement. The game.
The announcement. Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. So, like, we might hear about that on Friday.
Mhm.
Got it. Okay. I guess I should throw an announcement on there. Since no one else picked the obvious one, I'm going to say Drew says that Fallout 4 is revealed and get a beta or demo type thing with Doom. The Doom is the only
That was
thing
like
that I
the
think
longest silence like we've ever had on the show. I just wanted to say.
I know. I was just kind of thinking. I was like, well, I was actually thinking
I
to
was
myself.
typing.
I'm like, I'm about to tell Drew. I will
Yeah.
straight wager you a month of Xbox Live
Well-
that Fallout 4 will absolutely not be announced at the Game Awards.
Whoa!
The
Take
Doom-
that bet.
I would, well, I don't know. I'm not going to take that bet because because I've said this before, I think Fallout 4 could be a trump card for Microsoft at E3. Like as crazy as that sounds, I kind of want to believe that dream. Like I
can
think
see
that would
that.
be really good for the Xbox, and I think it would be
Wait, are
really
you talking about
controversial
them
and
showing it on
crazy.
their stage or them picking up the game as an exclusive?
Picking up the game as an exclusive.
That would blow people's skulls, man.
Well, they've already thrown a lot of weight around. Tomb Raider, I mean, in my opinion, Tomb Raider is a bigger name than Fallout in so many ways because it transcends, gaming. Like, people know who Lara Croft is. If I showed you the cover of Fallout 3 without the title card, like on the street, people would be like, I don't know what that is. Is that Star Wars? What is that? So because they've already thrown around enough money to snatch up like Tomb Raider, I wouldn't be surprised if they could pull out Fallout. So it wouldn't be surprising to me if Fallout wasn't revealed here, but if it is, I would be really delighted to see something along the lines of like, oh, and you get like check it out with Doom next year or something. And then I was gonna say, if Doom comes out next year, that's the only thing that I see pushing Fallout out of next year, just so that like Bethesda really doubles down on trying to make good on the fact that they bought id, and that has done nothing for them so far. So I don't know. We'll see. Everybody liked Doom. People saw Doom. They saw like a trailer or something that thought it looked really fucking cool.
It sounded awesome.
So
but
we'll
yeah,
see.
I got to see that footage
Yeah.
myself.
I know. I really want to see it. PlayStation Experience. There's 2 more days to this weekend, guy. What are we gonna see from that?
Well, I think they've kind of announced a lot of what is going to be there, right?
So they've announced a lot of the stuff. Like they talked about. Here's something I think is weird. Blizzard's gonna have a panel talking about how Diablo 3 came to the PlayStation 4. Like, I feel like they should have already done that.
That should have been done a year ago.
No, but I'm saying, well, I mean, I feel like they should have already had the panel. They should have already
Yeah.
talked about this. It's weird that they're like, I mean, I like when I saw that Blizzard was going to the PlayStation Experience, I was like, oh shit, what? We're gonna see like Warlords of Draenor is coming to PS4 or like something stupid like that.
That'd be nuts.
That would be, god damn it. Now I really want World of Warcraft to come to the Xbox One. Fuck.
Don't
All right,
say that because
anyways,
I'll never
no,
leave my
I
house
know,
again.
it would be amazing. Anyways, so, Rory, vamped some more for you. Hopefully you've had enough time to look up that the PlayStation Experience has what coming?
Yeah,
What have they
I'm
already
looking at it
announced?
right now. I think this is just stuff that's going to be playable. There, which is Battlefield Hardline, Big Fest, Bloodborne, DC Universe, Destiny Expansion 1, Dragon Ball Xenoverse, Dying Light, Game of Thrones, Grim Fandango, Helldivers, Journey, Lara Croft and the Temple of Cyrus, Mortal Kombat X, PlanetSide 2, Tales from the Borderlands, Tearaway Unfolded, The Order, 1886, The Tomorrow Children, Witness, and Until Dawn. I thought I heard or read somewhere that Uncharted was going to be there, but there's no mention of that here. That'll be my prediction then. Unless somebody tells me in the next few seconds in the Twitch chat that that's already been confirmed, I'll say Uncharted 4 gameplay. We see like a little hint of that.
So if you
Yeah.
look at the site right now, the front page has a girl from Until Dawn, Scorpion from Mortal Kombat, Nathan Drake from that CGI trailer, or what, in-engine trailer, excuse me. Some chick from The Order 1886 and Batman are all on the front page.
Oh shit.
So I would assume that those are going to be the heavy hitters as far as seeing gameplay or seeing like hands-on or something. So I think we could see Uncharted in motion, like the actual game being played. I don't think people will be able to play it,
No.
but if they can, then that would be really fucking cool.
Okay, well, do you
Yeah,
think
yeah.
the image then in the banner is enough to go on for me to not really be able to make that prediction?
No. Well, fine-tune your prediction. What do you want to see? What do you expect we're going to see of Uncharted? We'll nail it down to that. Gameplay?
A
Hands-on?
minute.
I think we'll see
minute,
gameplay.
like a minute of legit gameplay. It might not be a guy on stage with a
actual
controller,
gameplay.
but we'll see a minute of the camera behind Drake. Maybe it cuts. Maybe we see
Right.
what happened just after that trailer we saw to prove that this is like yes. And
Yeah, he
you
runs
saw-
through like a demo
Yeah,
stage,
exactly.
and
The
then
camera
that's
swings
maybe
around
that
over
stage
his
will be
shoulder there.
playable. Maybe that stage will be playable at E3 or something like that. Maybe they'll take that demo around for the tour next year.
Yeah, but
We could
that'll
see,
be
like, a
my
teaser of it.
prediction. A minute of gameplay of Uncharted.
Real quick before we get into Alex's prediction, Rancid in the chat, our buddy that we've been talking with, predicts that we're going to see some Quantum Break footage in a Dishonored 2 announcement. Except he spelled Dishonored wrong and put a U in it. That's wrong, sir. Stop it.
Oh lordy.
I'm just kidding. Quantum Break, I don't think is going to be there. There's something about. I know he was talking about. I guess he's talking about TGAs for Quantum Break. I don't think we're going to see much Xbox stuff this weekend in general. There's
Neither
just
do I,
something
but I would
about
like
it. I
to.
don't.
I'd like to see Quantum Break stuff, but Remedy and those guys have been like pretty straightforward when like we're gonna see stuff all the time. They're like, "Yep, this is when you're gonna see some Quantum Break."
A breaking question from Bill in the chat, our friend Bill. What the hell happened to Mad Max? I don't know, man. I don't think that's happening this weekend either. I think Mad Max needs to come back at E3. I think it'll be on one of the big two stage, so either Xbox or PlayStation
Have they not shown
stage.
it for a while? They just unveiled what's the other series that they do? Just Cause 3, right?
That's true.
Yeah,
That's very true. Yeah, Just Cause 3 is the Game Informer cover this
It is.
month. It is kind of something. I guess we should have talked about that in news. Huh. Hey guys, Just Cause 3 is coming. There you go.
Which
You're
I'm
welcome.
super stoked about.
You guys don't think there's any
so-
chance that Mad Max is gonna be like quietly like pushed aside, and then Just Cause will be what that game should have been in a way? I don't know. I haven't seen anything of that game for a while, like, so I don't know what kind of state it's in.
Man, I really don't know. I feel like it's obvious that Just Cause is in better shape already if they're doing a cover story about it instead of just like a random trailer that, I mean, I know we talked a lot about that trailer when it came out. I didn't like it. I thought it was kind of too cheesy, didn't have the right tone. I don't know. That was just me. But I don't know. We'll see. So, Alex,
Yes.
PlayStation. What we going to
Okay.
see from PlayStation, dog?
I feel like probably see some Silent Hills gameplay. We'll see a little bit more about that, I would imagine. I think that would be really cool. Let's see. I think, like you were saying, my big one was going to be Uncharted 4 actual gameplay. I think that's a strong possibility, and I would
We all want that.
Yeah, that's what I want. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's going to happen, but that would be great. I think maybe more info or an updated version of Project Morpheus. I don't know. Something
They got
there,
2
because I feel like that's. I know. I feel like it's been like a.
People like this is going to be an event that people are. It's not like this award show or E3 where there's just a press event thing. Like it's people are going around getting hands on and playing all these things. It's like a PlayStation extravaganza. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
So
Well,
I
they're
can
flying
see
like a
people
bunch
play-
of
like-
community people out just to go out and check it out and play video
Yeah.
games.
Yeah. Should have hit up that Rated M crew.
Yeah, they should
Man.
have.
They fucked up.
I would think whatever Square Enix is doing.
Whatever Square Enix is doing. So the Final Fantasy 15 stuff, or
Yeah, I think we'll probably see some more of that. Aren't they working on? No, maybe they're not. I could be confused. See, I don't play
They're
a lot of
working on a
JRPGs.
new game?
I think so, but I don't
think
know
so.
off the top of my head. I feel like I open. I feel like I
is
open
Square
my mouth
working
too
on a
soon.
new? Is Square working on a new franchise? IP?
Shit, I don't know. Not that I'm aware of, but that doesn't mean they're not.
Did
Yeah.
they not tell you?
Like Bill said, and my personal baby, and what I'm kicking myself in the ass for not having a PS4 yet for Bloodborne. I want to see some more of that. I'm a
Definitely.
huge Souls fan, so that's kind of right up my alley. But you know,
All right. Well, I got you down for Silent Hills gameplay. We're gonna lock you in with that.
good. I like it.
Ooh.
I wanted to point out that we are going to keep emphasizing words as if I'm a life coach and it's like high school or something. No, anyways, we got trolled today by David Jaffe. We
That
got trolled
bastard.
hard. I definitely got trolled because I totally believed it. My boy Caleb Smartwatch hits me up on Twitter saying
Shout
like,
out Caleb.
yo, check this out. David Jaffe just announced God of War. I was like, what the fuck? I took a screenshot
I
of
saw
it,
that
posted
tweet,
on the
yeah.
Rated M Gaming Facebook group. Sean, everybody was just like, what the fuck is happening? And then somebody hops in and goes, guys, you're being trolled. Go look at his other tweets. So he said something to the effect of like, oh, it's less than a week away. Obviously, everyone thinks that he's referring to the PlayStation experience because David Jaffe works at Sony. He works for Sony, I think, still. I don't know. So he's the guy that made God of War, though. So he was like, we're making a new God of War. And then his next tweet was themed ice sculpture. So he basically said, we're making a new God of War themed ice sculpture for my daughter or whatever.
Yeah,
And
well,
it just
what he was
totally
referring
blew
to being
everyone
Legal
up.
Way was her birthday.
Yeah. So, whoops.
But you know what though?
Anyways,
David
I'm-
Jaffe's also the type of guy to like. It's like a double troll.
To
in
throw
a
people
sense,
off and
where
then be
it
like,
is
yep, no,
gonna
just
be
kidding, we
announced.
really do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's just like he's totally could be just double fucking everybody right now.
I believe that. So before I throw mine out there, because I still need to think about it for a minute, Bill in the chat says that we're going to see more Bloodborne and The Order. DRL23, which I think is my man Ramon, says that we're going to see more indies. So
We might get a date
okay, so
for,
Rancid.
No Man's
So Rancid
Sky.
reports in. Rancid reports in everything that he knows about Square at this moment, which is they're working on
Nicely
Final
done,
Fantasy
Rancid.
15, working on Kingdom Hearts 3, and Final Fantasy 14 content, as far as he knows. Kingdom
Okay.
Hearts 3. That's a good thing to call out. I didn't even think about that, man.
Yeah,
I think we're gonna see
that's the
that
thing.
this
That's the
weekend.
thing people play.
Yeah, people want that hard.
Same
a little too
director,
hard,
though,
like,
as
I don't
Final
understand it
Fantasy
hard.
15, right? So I think he wants to finish 15 before he moves on to Kingdom Hearts. It's gonna be that one's gonna be.
I don't know.
amazing.
Why don't I lock in my my prediction, and then we're gonna get on to the community questions. So my prediction for the PlayStation experience, what we're going to see, like an announcement or something new or whatever, have to be. Well, who's gonna be there? Let me think about this. No Man's Sky playable. I think people at the PlayStation experience are gonna play like a one-off version of No Man's Sky.
That would be
that-
cool. It's
so
not
they-
listed as one
they-
of the playables, but that would be cool.
Well, they'd said that they're going to be there. They made a little trailer about, like, come see, we're going to do something. They kept saying that guy is so enigmatic. He's crazy. He's on so many drugs. And he was like, we got to do something never been done before. And this is never going to, you've never seen anything like this in your life. This is going to be so crazy. We've never done it. Nobody's ever done this before. Ever.
Oh, shit.
So either people are going to be launched into space to play No Man's Sky, or, you know, there's going to be something special happening. And so I think No Man's Sky is going to be playable. That's my bid. So, we asked the community. We have a Facebook group. If you're listening to this podcast, you're not part of that Facebook group, and you have a Facebook account, or you wouldn't mind having one, go to facebook.com/groups/ratedmpodcast. Rated M4 podcast? Rated M... Whatever. Go to ratedmgaming.com about Rated M, and you will get the link to that Facebook group. We asked some people. We're going to try to do this a little more frequently. We just asked people, hey, do you got questions? What's up? You want to talk? How you doing? And this is what we came up with. Jesse White asks, perhaps some Nintendo talk. Well, Jesse, you are in luck. Because I have my two Nintendo friends sitting over here.
Yeah,
So I'm going to go take a nap.
Was that a
while
question, though? I don't think that was a question.
No, I haven't finished it yet.
He's
Shut-
Ron
I-
Burgundy.
I have not finished. I have not finished yet. They've had quality games over and over again with high marks. Also, yeah, this I should have reworded this.
Multifaceted.
Also, when will this gen's ship be righted? Okay, so why don't we just start with Nintendo? How's your take on the Wii U today, as it stands? If you
It
were
is
talking
gnarly
to
as
Joe
fuck.
Blow, Joe Blow Gamer just walked in. It's Black Friday. We're going back in time for like 2 days, and he wants a Wii U. Why should he buy one? So, Alex, you go first.
All right. Reason number one. Okay, the Wii U's games are consistently performing at the, they're the level they should be, the advertised level that they should be. So when you go out and when you buy Mario Kart and you come home and you put Mario Kart in your Wii U, it works.
Gran Turismo.
Yeah, right. it works. It works at 60 frames a second, and it is beautiful and it is great. Now, not to say that there aren't some things that could have done differently involved. I think Roy touched on that last week, but yes, their games just work. You plug them in, and so kind of touch on just some of the more recent stuff that's been going on with broken games. That's kind of a big thing. If I were to tell someone Black Friday, number one reason why you want a Wii U, the games work. The games that are first party, okay. So your Mario Karts, all your Mario games, Smash Brothers, Pokemon, all of these games.
So what if I want to play Watch Dogs and I want it to run at a smooth 60 frames per second and be all sexy and stuff?
Yep,
Don't play on Wii U.
Don't play Watch Dogs in the first place, but don't play it on the Wii U.
All right, got it.
But the thing is the Wii U is made, and I don't want to sound like an apologist or a fanboy, but the Wii U is made, I believe, and it has been stated, with games in mind, and it really shows. The games that have come out for this system, especially first party, they run well. They're well executed. Every game that I own for the Wii U, which I'm looking at a stack of them right now. Every one I've had a lot of fun with. I feel like I've got my money out of. I've never considered, 4 hours in, like, man, I got to trade this game, and this sucks. Never. They're all great. And so I think that, while it's lacking in extra features that you get, like the streaming feature on PS4 and Xbox One and all this integration with all these other apps and everything like that, that's all missing. But I feel like if you don't already have a home computer or another console, why do you need it on another box on your entertainment center anyway? Um, so I feel like the air quotes true gamer, the guy who plays games for fun and not for hype and to be right on the bleeding edge of gaming news and industry and everything else, the guy who just wants to sit down on his couch with friends, with family, whatever, that system is made for that group of people who really like playing with other people and playing locally and just having fun. You're not going to get crazy irreverent stories. You're not going to get super deep nonsense coming out of these crazy storylines and all that stuff like that, but you're going to get solid, fun games out of the Wii U. That's really the crux of it.
Time's up. All right, Rory. Rory, what's your take on the Wii U after owning one since day one? Did you buy one day one?
Since launch.
What's your take on that Wii U there?
I really like the Wii U, but it's hard for me to recommend it to anybody like the general sort of gamer unless they're a big Nintendo fan and that's what they want. But like, the most popular games that are coming out, the biggest releases of the year, arguably aren't on Wii U. I mean, they have highly scored and critically loved games. Mario Kart's obviously a fan favorite, and same with Smash Brothers. But you're missing the Grand Theft Autos and the Call of Duties, and I get it. Like, it's a Nintendo box, so those Nintendo fans don't care about that shit maybe. But the reality is the Wii U's not selling that well. Like, it has its spikes when good games come out, but it's just not. I don't even know where I'm going with this. I like the Wii U, but I think what I was gonna say was
here's my.
Hang on.
Yeah, it's not consistently selling well. I feel
no, and my thing is though, what I really like about it is the charm that comes with it, with having so little as far as extra features and apps goes. Like it reminds me of the days of the N64 and stuff, where they were kind of more like toys, really. I mean, you just had the one switch on it, turned it on, and you played your game, and that's what I like about the Wii U. I like that it isn't sort of focused on anything but these great games and this great gaming experience, and it's just like super relaxing. There's something about turning on that Wii U and it has its little background music going. Miiverse is really fucking awesome, but its best thing is its first party games, but they come out like so few and far between, and it doesn't have that third party support that I'd be looking for. So I don't know, great console,
here's
but a great
my
second
take.
Console.
I own a Wii U, so I feel like I can say something. It is still packed up. We moved like 2 months ago, and we haven't taken it out. We hadn't played it before then. More than Beth playing a little bit of Wind Waker HD that she won from watching Red Eye Games live with me.
Hey.
I won, but then I gave it to her. I go to twitch.tv/Red Eye Games Live.
Hello?
The Wii U is kind of like Netflix or Hulu Plus. You can't just have it. You have to have the other things too. I feel like the PS4 and the Xbox One are like having a cable subscription or having, the full-blown Netflix experience where you get discs and online stuff. You get all the Netflix you want ever. But then you're missing that one thing, like the one piece of content that's you can't get between your, basic cable prescription or subscription and your Netflix account. So then you get Hulu Plus on the side. And like stuff that you get from Hulu Plus is great because you're getting it, without having to deal with commercials and this and that or whatever, and you can get it on demand. Like you get all these features that are specific to that one thing, but without it, like you're still fine. You know what I mean? Like without a Wii U, you're still fine, but with a Wii U, your gaming experience is enhanced because you're experiencing something that just literally can't happen on the other boxes, and vice versa.
Nobody makes
if
games
you just
quite
have
like Nintendo.
Absolutely, yeah. No, it's clear, and I've been saying, and I'm gonna keep saying this. I'm gonna tease this because I really want to. I hope this happens because it'll make Nintendo have to get off their asses and really start working harder. But the generation that grew up playing Nintendo games is making games now.
Yep.
And watch out. Watch out when they start making Nintendo games that Nintendo isn't making.
Mm-hmm.
Watch out when they start making games that are as good as Nintendo games and don't run on Nintendo consoles. That's when you're in trouble, and I hope that happens soon. Because I think that could make Nintendo snatch those people up or push their people to make the next Metroid or the next Mario or whatever.
I feel like that trend has already kind of started, and it's a personal favorite of mine, and it's an older game. But I look at the example of Bastion as a game that seems like it could have been a Nintendo game, and it was made by like 4 dudes and a girl in a basement. You know what I mean?
Well, but I think Demon Souls and Dark Souls would have been right at home on a Super Nintendo.
True.
Back in the day, if you had like a side-scrolling version of that shit.
Yeah, man. If you you can if you've ever played Ghosts and Goblins or Ghosts and Ghouls or whatever for the Super Nintendo, that's true.
Yeah.
That was a hard ass game.
Master's Quest. Anyways, let's move on. We got more questions we got another question from Jesse. Let's move on. We got more questions from other people.
Love you, Jesse.
Hyundai Abimbola. I think I said his name out loud last time, and he said I got it right. So Tunde Abimbola. What games/movies are you looking forward to in 2015? So, just to save time, pick your number one game and number one movie for 2015 that you can't wait to get your eyes wrapped around. So I'll go first to buy you guys some time since I already looked at this stuff. My number one game is obviously Halo 5 Guardians. I have to know what's next. I'm up to date on all the comic book stuff. I'm up to date. I've played all the games. I've read most of the books. There's a new book that just came out that I'm going to listen to when I drive to Texas next week. I think Halo 5 Guardians could be the Halo 3. You know what I mean? Like, Halo 3 came to 360 and just, like, blew up Halo. I know Halo 2 is the landmark for a lot of people, but I think that was the gateway drug. And Halo 3 really delivered on things that people really wanted. And delivered on things that they didn't even know they wanted, like a theater mode and all that shit. Forge, all that stuff. I think that Halo 5 Guardians is about to do that again for Halo, hopefully. And hopefully it works. I just want a really cool Halo game that works and does new things. I want to do more new crazy shit in the Halo universe, and I think we're about to do that. My number one movie for next year is now Chappie. Holy shit. That Chappie trailer, holy fucking shit. Like, I was drunk at the Interstellar, going to see Interstellar last weekend, and the Chappie trailer came on, and I was just like, what the fuck is this? Neil Blomkamp has a new movie coming out, and it stars this, like, robot dude that is just one of the most insane-looking, cool things oh, man, I can't wait to fucking see that movie.
It looks good.
So Chappie and Halo 5 Guardians. And then I'm sure I'll, like, remember 15 other movies that are coming out next year and be like, wait, no, that game. Wait, no, hold on, that one. Anyways, Rory, what's your game to movie of 2015 right now?
All right, I'm actually gonna pick 2 games, one that's not even announced and one that is announced, that I want to get my eyeballs wrapped around. And the announced one is gonna be pretty obvious. For me, it's Uncharted 4. I gotta just see more. That's the game I'm just fucking ridiculously hyped on. I've seen a lot of Batman, that looks amazing, but I just think Uncharted's going to be that first game that truly hits both of these consoles that is just like, I mean, your jaw on the fucking ground the whole time. So, Uncharted 4, unannounced, Banjo-Kazooie. I want to see what that looks like running on Xbox One with a talented team, 3D open world, but I won't get into it, but Banjo would be the other. Movie, unquestionably now, fucking Star Wars. I like, as good as all this other stuff that's coming out looks, Star Wars, hands down, is my 2015 most hyped, most excited, gotta fucking be there opening night movie. No question about it. I'd be very surprised if anything gets me more hyped than Star Wars this year.
Sweet. Alex.
Yes.
Hey.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, buddy. Hey.
All right. So I'll tell you my my most hyped video game. If I had to like really cut it down to one, I'm gonna say the new Legend of Zelda.
Yes, I'm so glad you said that. I was wondering if you were gonna say that.
Yeah, like that's kind of weird. Now, the thing is like Zelda has this really bad reputation for like, well, I say bad in kind of air quotes because I think it's a great thing if you postpone launching a game rather than launching it broken. But so if that does somehow get pushed out of 2015, I'm going to go with Fable Legends, which I know is like a really weird choice, but I'm a huge fan of Fable, so, and I have an Xbox One now, so I'm like, yeah, bring it on.
Do you know the deal with this new Fable game? Do you know how, like, what the hook is with it?
Yeah, it's like it's
4v1,
yeah,
or 3v1 or whatever, the Dungeon Master thing.
Exactly, which harkens to my weird tabletop nerd.
You know,
Love.
Mass Effect is working on an extremely similar game. It also has like the same setup.
Huh.
So,
I did not know that.
Or Mass Effect. Fucking, I'm retarded right now. BioWare is
Okay.
working
I was
on.
like, no.
You know, Mass Effect is now a development studio, and I'm retarded. Let me go blow my brains out.
Yeah,
go
so I'm
ahead,
looking
man.
at that, and if not Zelda, for whatever reason, I'm going to go ahead and say Fable Legends. Like I'll have that game day one.
Huh.
Um, And as for movies, I'm right there with Rory. I mean, there's a bunch of awesome stuff coming out next year. I mean, you've got the new Avengers, you've got Jurassic World, you've got Star Wars, you have a bunch of other
Hobbit
stuff.
wraps up this year, right?
Yeah,
Hobbit wraps up
December 14th,
next
baby.
month. Okay.
I just won
that
tickets
new one
actually.
does look fucking epic.
Yeah,
Sweet. Sweet.
So I'll be right there opening night, probably in costume like a nerd.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna say Star Wars, man. That's where it's at.
Sweet. All right. Moving on. And Tunde, thank you for correcting me. It's Tunde. Tunde Ebimbola. I'm an idiot. I should have known that. So, Danny Barra says GameStop's president recently stated that the industry needs to worry about digital prices devaluing the physical product. Does his fears hold any water? Do you think GameStop consulted publishers when they started selling used games, evaluating new products? Are console digital pricing models known, i.e., how much of a digital price goes to platform holder, publisher? He asked a really in-depth question about.
Can I come back to that one next week? Because there's actually some good questions in there, but I'm like, holy fuck, I gotta think about that and actually research some shit.
Yeah.
We can do that.
I like it though.
Danny Barrett, congratulations! You have won the all of a sudden contest to make your question be the topic of next week. So we'll talk about that next week.
You.
And we will wrap this community question segment up with William Holbert came in at the line. He dropped this question like right before we went live. Alex is there. You think they will ever actually release the Elder Scrolls Online for consoles? Rory, do you think they will ever actually release the Elder Scrolls Online for consoles?
Well, you know what? I don't have a lot invested in this, but just
it's a yes or no question,
I'm
Rory.
Say no. They're quietly sweeping that under the rug, and it will not be on consoles. Do I really believe that? I don't know, but I'm going to say no.
All right, so Alex has more to say about that. Alex, drop some knowledge on these fools.
Okay, so ESO dropped in April of this year. The original console launch date was set for June, I think it was, like middle of June maybe. Or maybe they didn't have an exact date, they just said June. But in any case, it just didn't happen then. And so it's been kind of a weird, it's on the console release up until, I want to say a month ago.
Week.
Yeah, not even
Weeks ago.
Yeah, not very long ago at all. Where suddenly there was this like stealth announcement, not official by Bethesda, that I've found anywhere on the internet. Of course, I still play that game on the PC, so I don't really pay much attention to the console release of it. But I didn't see where Bethesda themselves or ZeniMax Online came out and directly said, "Hey, yeah, it's going to be December." But a lot of outlets are reporting that December, in air quotes, is kind of the launch window for the console version, and I've seen that
December of 2014. You mean the December that starts in literally
48 hours? Yeah, or not even
less than 24 hours.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that's what they're saying. Like IGN and a couple other places have December 2014 listed as the launch date for it, but that could be anything. It could be a placeholder. That could be because someone said, "Hey, make sure you list December for the launch date." Blah, blah, blah. It could be, "Hey, it was coming out in 2014. It still hasn't come out yet, so we're just going to put December to make sure it's there." It could be anything. Who knows? It's really weird that the community managers and community staff haven't really said anything else about this, because they were super open during the betas and even right after launch about all the information regarding the game. And then all of a sudden it was like whenever anyone wanted to ask about the consoles, they just were like, yeah, that question never happened. They never address it. They're never like, listen, I would love to tell you more about that, but I can't. Nothing. It was just like, yeah, we're gonna ignore that one. So long answer, short answer, I mean, December maybe. Long
December,
answer,
maybe.
Long answer, who the fuck knows?
Well, to
How's
the
it
yes
been
or no
doing on the
question.
PC? Like, I thought it kind of bombed even with the PC audience, but am I wrong on that?
Well, okay, so like to keep this as brief as I possibly can, as a game, like my like 2-second review here, as a game, as an MMO, it's great. It's a wonderful game. It was a little bit buggy when it launched, but even not nearly as bad as a lot of other MMOs I've played, which is like every major one ever. But I will
But
say
is
that
it
it
good
probably.
business for them to release it on other platforms?
I don't think so because I think the console MMO market, having played a couple different console MMOs, and the most recent one I played was Final Fantasy 14 on the PS3. Um, they're not made for that, man. They just don't run the same. It's frame rate gets choppy when you get a bunch of people on screen casting spells and a lot of particle effects and stuff like that. The control scheme is weird unless you're using a mouse and keyboard, which is not obviously it's not the native control scheme for consoles if it even supports it. So it's a really weird thing. Now they adapted the UI and the the skills and things like that to be something that I could really see working with a controller because there are only 5 skills on your hotbar. You don't get more hotbars. That's it. So it's not like World of Warcraft where you have this giant mess of crap on your screen. But as far as a smart business venture, I think they should. As much as it hurts me to say this, I really think they should just scrap it and be done with it and focus more on improving and marketing the Elder Scrolls Online to that core audience of Elder Scrolls and Elder Scrolls Online fans. I feel like a lot of people bought that game thinking it was going to be Skyrim with more people, and it kind of is, but it has a little bit too much MMO and not enough Elder Scrolls, or vice versa, depending on which side of that kind of alley you're coming down. So it didn't resonate well with a lot of people who didn't know what to expect. I knew exactly what to expect out of it, and I love the crap out of it, but I definitely see where other people wouldn't like the game, and I don't think it would do well on a console because it's a much more the consoles that's a Skyrim audience. You know what I mean? That is that is very much the people who more than likely didn't even play Oblivion, and if they did, only played the console versions of Oblivion. They're not coming from that. A lot of them aren't coming from the MMORPG warehouse. They're not coming from the older Elder Scrolls warehouse. So they're kind of just they're looking for Skyrim, but with multiplayer, and that's not what this game is.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't think it would be a good idea, but if it comes out, I think great, enjoy it. If you have an Xbox One or PS4, it's fun. I don't know how it would perform on those consoles, but it's a fun game.
I would try it if it went to
All
the
right.
free-to-play model, but the subscription stuff, I'm just like, fuck it, man, no way.
The subscription thing it's easy for me to justify as a longtime player of MMORPGs, but it's a bad idea. I think people are worn out on that.
All right. Well, that wraps our community question segment, and I want to thank everybody for tuning in live with us at twitch.tv/ratedm for podcast. We broadcast live every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, and you can learn more about us at ratedmgaming.com, ratedmgaming.com/about-rated-m, if you were into that kind of thing. And I feel like there's one more thing. We have an O and one more thing.
One more thing.
I want to remind everyone to go tune in with us at this channel, twitch.tv/ratedm for podcast, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Check out the Game Awards over here, so you don't have to worry about talking in a chat room that has like 7,000 assholes. There'll just be 7 assholes. Join us for the PlayStation experience as much as we can. Hang out and chat during that thing. We'll host even if like nobody's in the chat. Like we're gonna host the whole time anyways.
Right.
So that will be hosting, and we will be streaming whatever they show on the Game Awards channel and on the PlayStation channel for both of those events. So tune in and hang with us in there for that. I'm gonna put events into the Facebook group so that you guys don't forget. And one more thing. I want to welcome Alex to.
We were going to talk about Black Friday.
I want to welcome Alex to Rated M for Podcast. Alex, welcome to Rated M for Podcast. You are now a co-host.
Woo!
Oh, you should
Thanks,
say that
buddy.
again because I just butchered that because I was talking all over you.
Yeah, you fucking asshole. So I want to welcome Alex officially as our third leg on this weird tripod we got going on. Alex is a longtime friend of mine and has been a really big supporter of the Rated M community. And so I just want to welcome you and thanks for joining us. And if you want to introduce yourself at the end of the show, I guess you could. Or you could just keep showing up every week, and I think people will just figure out who the hell you are and what the fuck's going on with you.
Most of you people know me anyway. I'm just a guy. I'm just Drew's friend, and I'm here. I'm doing what I do. So
Brought your beard.
I brought my beard. My beard's usually with me. So, but no, I appreciate you letting me on, man. It's definitely fun. I love it. So
we've been wanting to work together for a long time on stuff.
Exactly.
We've got a lot of rough starts. I feel like Rated M's kind of got going, so that's good that you get to do that now. But
Yeah.
Alex is going to be working on some other shit for the Rated M Gaming Network. That we'll be
Truth.
teasing in the future. So if you like loot and you like lore, you will like that show. But
You will love
thanks again,
Luke and Lore.
everybody. Check us out on YouTube, check us out on iTunes, like us, subscribe us, all that shit, and we will see you guys fucking next week. Peace.
Later.